Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this. Kevin O'Leary on investing into crypto. Take a listen.
Crypto, what is that? What percentage is in gold? You had some in gold before.
Yeah, I have 5% in gold.
Okay.
So crypto for the first time is more than gold for me. And I'm going to keep my gold.
All right.
I see no reason not to sell it. But
right.
Crypto, it's not just betting on the price of Bitcoin anymore. There's so many other ways to invest, particularly in blockchain opportunities. Solana, Ethereum, there's so many different level ones. And then, of course, level twos, the derivatives that are put on top of Ethereum and Solana and all the others. So I've really become a student of what's going on there. I think there's many markets where, for example, NFTs are going to be growing very quickly. I just see a lot of investment opportunity, and I'm going to be an investor in that space.
Well, let's talk about that now, because you have taken a big bet in DeFi and NFTs as well. Let's start with DeFi. I mean, your colleague, Mark Cuban, has also said, look, this is going to be the biggest disruptor to banks. Do you agree with that?
I do. I see lots of use cases for decentralized and centralized finance. And I'll give you an example of one that I think is ripe for disrupting. The currency markets and currency trading are the largest markets in the world. Trillions of dollars every week are exchanged between different currencies for many different reasons. And every time you do that, you get clipped for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 basis points. So if I want to buy a Swiss stock trading on Zurich, I have US dollars, I have got to convert my USD into Swiss francs and then buy the position. When I sell it, I got to do the thing in reverse. And I pay a lot of fees and there's a lot of friction. If we had an agreement in a payment system between the two regulators in Switzerland or Euro or British pounds or Singapore or Asia, we could pay in one single currency or payment system that could be provided by a very secure decentralized finance or a stable coin like a USDC or a DAI.
He just explained XRP, but he's right. They're all looking past Bitcoin now, and that's what's going on in this space. They're starting to realize that there's better opportunities. Tokenization is going to be massive. DeFi opportunities. It's no longer about Bitcoin anymore, and I know he's a huge investor in HBAR also. Bitcoin is dumping hard ahead of Trump's urgent announcement today. BlackRock is selling Bitcoin. Binance is selling it. Grayscale is selling it. Over $2.5 billion sold in 45 minutes. This is a coordinated insider dump. Don't let them shake you out. I see now this was happening as the market was really dumping and Bitcoin fell below 100K. And people said they did that on the same day that the XRP ETF went live on purpose. You know, here's what it comes down to. I think a lot of these companies and a lot of these institutional investors are just tired of Bitcoin. They want something new. They want something that does something, how it could solve a real world problem. And even retail is already looking past Bitcoin now as well. I think this is most likely going to be the last run for Bitcoin. Not that it's not going to be around. It's still going to be with us, but it's not going to be making these new all-time highs like it's making now. Because I think the money's starting to shift away from it. And institutions, once they come into this space, they're going to be looking at XRP because they know it could be utilized for cross-border payments. They could utilize the token themselves for cross-border payments. Fast, cheap, and secure. And I thought this post was great. Thanksgiving this year. There's Mr. Investor. How are your little coins doing? Are you a millionaire yet? You know, that was always the worst back in 2022 and 2023 when XRP literally went sideways for a year at a time. Barely any movement on the price. But ever since last year, XRP is already up. It's still way up from where it was in early 2024. I still think XRP is also going to be at a much higher price going into this Thanksgiving. We got to see how the effects are coming from the ETFs. Are we seeing the supply disappear? Is the price pumping a little bit? Is retail FOMO happening? I still think we're going to be at $4 by the end of November, possibly even higher. And a lot of people said these ETFs, they could wait up to 30 days to buy XRP. So you see, $245 million into XRPC today. And Chad Steingraber says, which is a buy order for today. It'll be over the counter, but this is what matters. Must buy by law, T+1. They have 24 hours to buy the underlying asset. 24 hours from the time of close to buy XRP. The same rules are going to apply to all those other ETFs, Franklin Templeton, and so on. So if we see massive demand on day one for all those ETFs as well, they're going to be buying up a lot of XRP within the next 24 hours. That's why I said going into Thanksgiving, XRP could look a lot different than it does right now. And this comes from Dark Defender. On the weekly time frame, XRP is ready for a break. The support and resistance triangle has narrowed down, signaling an upcoming surge. Resistances, $2.85. Support, $2.22. Targets, $18.22 and $36.76. Enjoy your Thursday. He posted that yesterday. So you see where he's going out to now, though, all the way out to March of next year. Now, his initial charts that I was looking at, the timeline was closer to early January for wave 5. Now it looks like it's out a little bit more towards March, April. But the initial push up, that's going to take us to around $20. He's figuring it's going to happen in December. So we could be looking at a much different XRP for Christmas as well. But so far, Dark Defender has been pretty spot on during this cycle. And this is a very unpredictable cycle. Yet his charts are very close. That's why I always share them with all of you. This comes from Chad Steingraber. The era of stablecoins has begun. Cash App, fall release 2025. Coming soon, send and receive stablecoins, the digital currency that makes it faster to move money globally. Right now, it's all about stablecoins. They're still gaining a lot of momentum. I think it's getting people used to using digital dollars. I also think it's the prelude to people utilizing cryptocurrencies within payments. That is absolutely going to happen as well. But you could see the momentum behind stablecoins right now. XRP price could reach $100,000 if it powers global markets. The one thing that they're citing in this article is companies like Apple, Amazon, Tesla, and Microsoft moving their treasuries and supplier payments to the XRP ledger. But that all has to happen first. And $100,000, let's get to 3 digits first. Once we break above 3 digits for XRP, then we're going to start talking about 4 digits. Once we break 4 digits, you know we'll be talking about XRP going to 5 digits. But this could be the run where XRP absolutely hits 3 digits. I mean, with the inflows from the ETFs and scarcity and retail FOMO and so on, institutional adoption, this is going to be one of the craziest runs we ever see. And then you couple that with clarity coming out of the United States as well, giving the green light to all the institutions. It's going to be a crazy time ahead. There were so many takeaways from Cantor Fitzgerald's Crypto and AI Energy Infrastructure Conference in Miami this week, and Brad Garlinghouse was there as well. They talked about the great flippening, tokenized assets, institutions coming into this space. AI and crypto are becoming more intertwined by the day. From data centers to proof of humanity, these sectors continue to be on path of convergence. The government and regulators are doing their part. Policymakers remain focused on creating the conditions to make crypto innovation thrive, eliminating burdensome and expensive regulatory barriers and encourage GDP growth is the plan. Digital asset treasury companies, DATs, are here to stay. DATs will be an important part of crypto market structure going forward. Some may be down, but they are definitely not out. This entire sector is just getting started. What they're telling you is the shift is already happening. The rise of AI is coming. The fourth and fifth industrial revolutions are merging together at the same time. Crypto and AI. And I know we're going to see more treasury companies for XRP as well. We only have a handful right now compared to what we're going to see over the coming months. Grayscale pursues New York Stock Exchange listing amid crypto IPO gold rush. So it's crypto company after crypto company going public all of a sudden. And everybody's still talking about Ripple doing it. I don't see Ripple doing this in the short term. If they're going to do it, most likely it would be sometime end of 2026, maybe early 2027. But as of right now, Ripple, they just want to make more acquisitions first. FDIC develops guidelines for tokenized deposit insurance. This is big because you need to have some kind of insurance for blockchain deposits. So the FDIC, under the leadership of Acting Chairman Travis Hill, unveiled plans to establish guidelines for tokenized deposit insurance. Hill emphasized that deposits move on to the distributed ledger technology should continue to be treated as federally insured. This aligns with recent speeches and policies aimed at enabling banks to comfortably transition into the digital asset sector. So now that you could get FDIC insurance, again, that legitimizes crypto and digital assets, because that's another reason that some people will remain on the sidelines. Well, there's no FDIC insurance, so it's not for me. I want to keep my money in digital or in US dollars in the bank. I know it's insured. But once the FDIC starts talking about insurance for tokenized deposits and tokenized assets and digital money, that's a game changer. And all of this is getting put in place because they know the shift is already happening. I'm telling you, we are closer than people think. Everybody's like, this is 5 years away, 10 years away. I think this is as little as 2-3 years away. Everybody cites 2030, and that was a time frame that they put on it, like a deadline. But everything's going to happen much sooner than 2030, in my opinion. The rest of the world is still pushing ahead. The U.S. is trying to play catch up right now. And as that continues to happen, things are going to happen like overnight events. That's why I always said, one day you're going to wake up and XRP is going to be skyrocketing in price. It's just a matter of time. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.